Jai gets hit, and the shot that hits him goes off basically,
The
top of his
head.
forehead, top of his head, and you see him stumble back and
We call
fall
that
the
getting
way
stoned.
he did. Yep, it's like he got hit in the head with a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And as the referee, it's one of those. It's an oddity knockdown. It's not your norm.
Yeah.
But when he falls, how did he fall? He fell going backwards.
Yep.
And was he still there?
No.
Doesn't look like it. But when Herb sees him, he comes around, he sees him fall down like this, and he sees him with his hands in a position that Herb is looking and saying he can defend himself. And Trinaldo stopped.
Yeah.
Now, Trinaldo stopped because he is a competitor, a sportsman, and felt like he's out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to hit him again. But he has to continue on. So the fact that Trinaldo didn't immediately go after him makes it now where Herb really can't stop it in a way, because he's saying he's in a way to defend himself.
Yeah.
Now, could he have stopped it? He could have, but there would have been people complaining about him stopping it. There would have been people saying, "Oh, you didn't give him the opportunity to to try to work his way out of it." So you're in that, you can't win. The fact that Dan Hardy is friends with Jai and likes him and watches him fight in England, he got all upset because his guy took extra shots, and okay. But if Dan Hardy was the guy that got hit and went down and someone stopped it, he'd be standing up like Dominic Cruz. You stopped it too soon. You can't win.
I don't know. I think in this situation, just from my perspective, what I saw is that when Trinaldo ran up to him, that, what's his name, Jai?
Yep.
His hands were already frozen in a position that made it look like defensive, but there was no movement. He didn't turn to look at Trinaldo to be like, oh, let's start moving in defense. There was no movement. His legs were still out. When you're defending yourself, you bring your knees almost up to your chest. You're trying to cover things. He didn't do any of that, and he didn't even turn to face. And when someone's running at you, you turn to like, oh shit, I got to cover myself. He didn't move. And that's what I was waiting for.
I would have liked to seen Herb stop it, but I understand why he didn't.
I get what you're
trying to give him that extra little bit. Okay. It would have been great if he did stop it. I would, if someone says, this is where I said, someone's going to say, oh, you didn't give him the chance. It's like, shut up. Okay, he was hurt. And Herb could have stopped it. He didn't. And the reason he didn't is because he's saying, I'm looking at it like you're in a position to possibly defend himself, and he's not attacking you. I'm gonna wait this out. And you can watch and go back into many fights, and you'll see Herb utilize that same mentality of officiating and technique of saying, I'm gonna let this play out more before I stop it. And that's his style of doing it, and he's done it for a long time.
I can get on board with that. But what I can't get on board with was when he fell back and he hit, you and I have talked about this. The look on a fighter's face and the eyes glazed over should be enough to say, okay, that's it. And that's kind of what I saw from the TV. I would imagine it would have been more clear for him to see it as the ref, because he came from the right side.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it is
not. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I looked right at when I was watching him fall and they showed the replay of it. He still had that glazed look. Herb went around the same way he was looking. Trinaldo came from the left side, and he never turned to face Trinaldo, and his eyes were still faced that way. That lets me know you're not in the fight. And then he took 3 more shots. There was one more shot, a clean shot, which is what he landed that first one, should have been enough for Herb to jump in. He took 2 more after that. I think that's more or less what Dan was complaining about. But like you said, though, look, it's no different than when it's your friend or someone you know. It's a lot harder to watch. It's like,
hell yes, it is.
So it really, that's what I think it came down to for Dan.
Yeah. I mean, in just looking at it, was it the best stoppage? No. Could it have been better? Sure. And that's what, you need to look at. And if you're Herb, you look and you go, all right, maybe I need to adjust my mechanics in this time as far as what I'm looking at. Is it the worst stoppage? No, not even close. So
it's up there though.
No, it's not. It's not even close.
No, it wasn't bad, but I understand why Dan was upset. But I also like the fact that I can get behind Herb giving the guys a chance to, hey, you're still in this fight. Because there have been times where guys have gotten hit and they wake up and they start moving around. So I understand that. But I was concerned. I was more concerned of the fact that he fell straight back, never tried to put his elbows down or his hands down. He just fell straight back to his back. His face was looking one direction with the glazed look over his face. Trinaldo came up from the other side and you could see someone out of the peripheral being there. He never turned to face him, nothing. That's the thing that scared me the most. See, I told you I'd make a good ref. I told you. This shit is easy. I got it down.
Got it.
I have
simple.
No desire. All right. That's all. I wanted to talk to you about that for sure.
No, it's, it's there. And for Dan to start yelling about it, it's not your place right now.
Yeah.
You're a commentator. If you like that guy, that's great. You can go talk to Herb about it later. Don't start screaming about it right there. You're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not going to do you any good. And you could, Paul Felder was actually doing the right thing, saying, "Hey, Dan."
Yeah.
And he's trying to pull him back. And he got emotional over something. Yeah. It's okay.
But I will say, we had this conversation the other day. Dan's a very good commentator.
He is. I told you.
Yeah. I haven't heard him commentate in a long time. And he's gotten, I feel like he's gotten way better since the last time I heard him. He's good. I really enjoyed listening to him tonight.
The only thing wrong with what he does is fair play. He brings in all the English slang words that cracks me up. No, it's not bad. He's an outstanding commentator. He really does a good job.
Yeah, I like him and Felder together. They kind of both they feed
off each other very well.
Very good job tonight by both those guys. I kind of missed Anik a little bit. I don't know who the other guy was. Not that he was bad.
John Gooden, he's not bad. It's just there comes a point. I don't know how to say it. I've got Dan Hardy, who's got an English accent. I got John Gooden, who's got a very English accent, wearing his bow tie, which is very stylish. And it's like, it's not. I just don't. I don't know why you have a guy like John Anik sitting at home when he should be there doing that fight.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
Probably got to give these guys breaks, though. I mean, away from family and stuff like that.
Yeah, got to go back to family. Yeah. So
I mean, we're blessed enough to go every other week.
John Gooden, you did a great job.
No, I thought he did a wonderful job.
He did. He does a good job.
My thought process.
He works with Dan Hardy all the time.
And my thought process was the same as what you just said. You have Dan and you've got this guy, both accents. And I was like, there was moments I'm like, which one's which? And who's saying what? And I was like, Dan, that sounded stupid. That's not Dan. What am I doing?
That's not Dan.
That's not Dan. No wonder it doesn't make sense. Oh, shit. But I actually thought tonight, their last couple shows, I mean, it was Bisping and Felder or Bisping and there was someone else, I think, in that mix. But anyways, I thought tonight Dan Hardy did a great job with Paul Felder. The two of them play off each other very well. They didn't step on each other's dicks at all, really, a whole lot. Like in some of the previous fights that they've had, they've been stepping on each other a little bit. But that has to do with the social distancing, like we found out. You're 6 feet away. Normally, when we're sitting next to each other, I tap you when I'm going to talk. So when you're done, I'm going to go next. And I tap you and say, hey, I'm next, But when you're 6 feet away, I'm not looking at you. I'm watching the fight on the monitor. I'm watching the fight on the cage, and I don't see you because you're 6 feet away, so you don't know when we're going to talk. But I thought they did a wonderful job, though. Tip my hat to them. Good job, fellas.
100% agree. Okay.